Hey, good morning, guys. Obviously, last night was something else, huh? Ha 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 ha. Ha. So let's talk about last night a little bit, guys. I know it's exhausting. I know I'm exhausted. I found out when I was at work. That's when I found out. I won't go any more to that in that place, but let's just talk about what you guys voted for last night. Because it wasn't just Trump that you voted for, guys. You voted for J.D. Vance, who is a complete moron and is a super religious person who will push his religion bullshit on people. And then you have, I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he 25th Amendments Trump very, very quickly. If Trump goes off the rails a little bit, they'll just, like, well, we got it. We got the election. We got that one. That was to get him out of the way, you know. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know, you never know with Republicans how shady they can be. But ultimately, guys, last night, not only that, we have Robert Kennedy Jr., who Trump has already said he's going to appoint to something. I don't know exactly what he was being appointed to, but something to do with medical stuff. Now, if you don't know, Robert Kennedy Jr. is a huge anti-vaxxer, guys. Big anti-vaxxer, because that's who you want in charge of medical stuff, an anti-vaxxer. Because you know what you get with an anti-vaxxer? You get rid of vaccines. So COVID comes back, and polio, and measles, and mumps, and then we'll all turn into fucking zombies. That's what, I mean, maybe not that, but I'm trying to get a little bit of levity here. But that's what you voted for last night, guys. So it wasn't just that you voted to own the libs. It wasn't just that you voted to basically treat women like they're lesser people, or treat LGBT plus Q plus people like they're lesser people, or treat Hispanic people like they're lesser people, or anybody else like they're lesser people. Anyway, from the middle to low class that aren't rich old white guys. That's what you guys did last night. And I'm disgusted with any of you that voted for him, because how dare you? How dare you vote for that piece of shit again? How can you even look at yourself in the freaking mirror? Like, why? You didn't want a woman to be president? Why not? We've had plenty of stupid old men who just did a bang-up fucking job. You know, we can sit there and debate Republican to Democratic thing. Look, at the end of the day, I don't understand that most of it's the same side of the same coin. You know, most of them lie just to get elected. I understand that. That's why I've always leaned independent. That said, I also know when I see fascism rising, and that's exactly what I see with Trump. And, you know, I have people sitting there saying, oh, well, maybe people can be nice to each other now and not be so mean to each other. Screw that. No, we're not doing that. I'm not going to just be like, oh, well, we lost this election, da-da-da-da-da. No, that's not happening, guys. I'm not going to sit there and forgive and forget. No, I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember this shit. You understand me? Because if you have a wife, a girlfriend, a daughter, a niece, an aunt, a mother, a grandmother, you have just spit in their fucking face by voting for that piece of shit. He is nothing but a lying sack of shit. He is out of his freaking mind. He has threatened to jail people who criticize him or criticize the Supreme Court, the most crooked Supreme Court I've ever seen in my life, who's given him immunity so he can do whatever he wants, guys. So all that stuff he promised to do, I believe he'll try. I doubt he'll be successful. Maybe someone will have some sense to pull the reins from him, but I'm not holding my breath. But basically, you spit in the face of every other American. But I'm not surprised, because this is the same people who didn't want to wear a mask. They had to get to Applebee's. I don't want a vaccine. Oh, God, it's going to give me... Oh, they're going to be able to track me, even though I have a cell phone that already does that. And you guys sit there and you go off, oh, and what do you get from this? What do you get from this, folk, guys? Do your problems and bills suddenly get paid by Trump? Oh, no, they don't. Oh, wait. Do grocery store prices go down? Oh, guess what? They don't. Because you know who owns groceries? Corporations. Corporations do, like Kroger's and other, you know, big names. Those own a lot of grocery stores. And they're the ones that gouged up the prices after the pandemic because they could. So they could make more money. because it's all about making money to these people. They will give tax cuts to the rich like they always do, and they'll cut funding to schools, they'll cut funding to whatever they need to do. And they'll probably, like I said, guys, they already went after abortion. They'll probably go after Social Security. They've been wanting to get rid of that for a long time, that entitlement that you've worked for your entire life. And they'll come for Medicare, and they'll come for everything they can, guys, because they are scum. No, I'm not going to sit there and say this is the end of the world, that we can't persevere and rise up. Absolutely not. I am here for anybody that needs to vent. I am here to listen, and I am here to vent with you. And it's just, it's a disgusting state of affairs, you know, that this is where we're at in 2024. That we have to go backwards to some lunatic 80-year-old fucking man almost, who's out of his freaking mind and is dangerous to this country. You want this guy at the goddamn controls of a nuclear freaking bomb? I mean, this is the guy. I mean, this guy wants to sick the National Guard on your ass. Do you know what that's called, guys? That's called, what is that called? Martial law? You want that to happen? This guy has compared, he wants his generals to be like Hitler's generals. And then he says, oh, don't compare me to Hitler. Da, da, da. Well, you're literally acting like him. And you sit there and these people, oh, we'll get rid of these illegal immigrants, all these criminals, and da, 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 they're bringing all this in here, and da, 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 whatever. Are there some illegal immigrants that are criminals? Sure. I'm sure there are. But the number that they're trying to say, no. You know who's a real big criminal? White guys. White guys with AR-15s. Who shoot up places. That's what happens, guys. They get their guns, their AR-15s, and they shoot up. And 99% of the time, it's some disgruntled white guy. And you know who Trump stands with, guys? He stands with people like the Proud Boys. The good old Montana militia, white supremacist assholes who are cowards because they know that they are not the majority anymore. But somehow last night, they won the election. Even though Pennsylvania said, you know, hey, we're not going to have probably results till next week. Suddenly they won. Suddenly he won. You know, maybe we should look into that. I don't want to go all conspiracy theory, but maybe we should look into it. Maybe there's some shady stuff going on. I mean, they filed all these lawsuits in 2020 because we supposedly stole the election. But, you know, and there was no evidence for it. And you know what? And if you do it, no harm, no foul. If there's nothing found, oh well. At least you did justice to what you had to do. Now, they probably won't do that because, you know, we're just like, well, fuck, you know. We just need to regroup and try again. And I am so sorry to all the women and women identifying people and everybody I know that is going to be affected by this. Because I am so disgusted with this country right now. It is just, it's appalling. And to find out about it and just having to hold in my rage when I'm at work was really hard. That's why I did this video, guys. I could have done a big rambling, you know. I don't want to go into that, guys. I mean, look, we know what Trump is. We all do. And some of you still thought, yeah, you know, I'll vote for that guy. And yeah, if you're on my friend list and you voted for him, guys, let's just say your days are probably numbered. Unless we are super, really tight, good friends that maybe we can discuss why the hell you voted for this moron over a more competent female who actually might have done a decent job. And look, I'm not saying Kamala Harris is perfect or that she would have been the greatest president ever, but why not? Why not take a chance? Why not say, hey, let's have a woman president? Give her 4 years, and then, hey, if it doesn't work out for you, then you can vote somebody else in. Maybe vote a competent Republican who's not a complete lunatic. How about that next time? Could you get a competent Republican who's not a complete lunatic? I know that's hard, but fuck, man. I mean, when you sit there and long for the days of either Bush or Reagan, then you know you're in trouble. You know that you've gone too far. Shit, I'd take Nixon at this frickin' point. And I wasn't even around for Nixon, but shit, man. I mean, that's how corrupt he is, man. And you guys just want to be like, oh, well, I had to stick with my party. La, 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 la. No, you didn't. You could have chosen country over party for once in your damn life. You could have not been a selfish prick. But like I said, you're the same people who whined about a vaccine and whined about wearing a mask. Nah, they're trying to control us. La, 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 la. Meanwhile, you guys can control women and whether they can get an abortion or not. You can do that, though. Yeah, it's okay to put it. Because you don't want, of course, they do have those kids. They might die having that kid, like the 3 women that have already died having to do that. And that's on your fucking head. And here's the bottom effing line, guys. At the end of this thing here, let me wrap it up for you guys. Whatever happens these next 4 years, whatever bad things happen, I won't be blamed for it, guys. You will. There's an old saying that you reap what you sow. And guess what, motherfuckers? You're going to reap what you sow. Because all the damage that he's going to do, it's on your fucking head. Thank you. Those are my thoughts.